Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Let's walk the talk.
Viewers, the word is smart, and we are remaining with R and T. Bishop Gigi.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So just to recap quickly, we have said that
Yes.
the goals must be specific, they must be measurable, and they must be attainable. Then R stands for realistic or relevant. In other words, you must set goals that are realistic and that are relevant. Something that if you achieve it, you'll be proud that you achieved it. So it's relevant to you. Because you cannot set a goal that I want to go to Mombasa by walking by the end of the month. Even if you walked, it may not be relevant to you. So set goals that are relevant, that once you achieve, you'll be proud of what you've done. It will have made you better than where you are today. And then T is that the goals must be time-bound. In other words, they must be within a certain time frame. That means that you don't set goals and leave them without time. You must say, I want to achieve this one by the end of this period or within this period of time. So they must therefore be time-bound. So smart, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant or realistic, and then they must be time-bound.
Talk of being time-bound. For example, I set my goal on January, and I want to achieve it by December. But unfortunately, here between January and December, something else just came up, and I'm not in a position to realize my goal.
I don't know what that one will come up because one, this is your plan, and therefore you should be able to stick to your plan. But in the event, we allow people to revise their goals, but the revision should always make them better, not worse off. If you find you're revising your goal to become worse off, then that is already bad in itself. But also, too, you should not be able to divert. I said one of the things that helps you in setting personal goals is that it has to come through a thought process. In other words, you don't wake up one day like the way people on 31st December every year, they will make a resolution.
And they write them
And
down.
sometimes they go to Acacia and they write resolution quickly, and they have not thought through. And therefore, that's why by the next 2 or 3 weeks of January, they have even forgotten what they had written. Simply why? Because it was not a thought process that had resorted to the goals that they set. But in this case, what I'm saying is, and nothing should be able to come in between, because this is your compass, you cannot change it. And should you adjust, just like a good sailor in the water, if you find maybe the water has become turbulent, there's chaos, the waves are so strong, then you can navigate a little bit, wade a little bit far, but still maintain your focal point. The destination should not change, but maybe the way to achieving it can vary.
And who should be held accountable in goal setting?
So I think the first person who need to hold you accountable in your personal goals is yourself. And that's why I've said you must write them down so that you also hold yourself to your account. Write them, pin them somewhere, put them somewhere that you will be able to see, because they'll start speaking to you. When something is external to you, they start speaking to you. When you look at them, and you had written in your bedroom or wherever it is in your library that this is what you want to achieve, then it becomes that you have to. So you hold yourself to accountable. But also, too, is that you can have somebody whom I'll call the support system that can also hold you to account. This can be a close relative. For example, maybe is a young person who has tested goals on how they want to score an A in the examination. But daily they have said how they are going to be revising maybe 2 hours every day, giving themselves to revision.
Sure.
So the relative can hold them to account. Or it can be a mentor, it can be a coach, it can be a consultant, it can be a trusted friend, but it's good sometimes to share with somebody external to yourself, because sometimes we relax a bit when we know no one is watching us. But when we have committed ourselves, we have said to somebody, this is what I want to do. And that's what we do as coaches. We don't set your goals, but we hold you to account. You just tell me what you've said, and then I'll keep you reminding you on what you said.
So it is my work to set the goals.
Yes, it is.
But the mentor is there to chip in just to give me a moral support.
Just to encourage and to ask you, okay, where are you today? And because everybody want to impress, to report positive things, you'll find that they will be able to do something to be able to report a positive outcome.
And now, measuring with the things that we normally see, especially with the young generation, you find one intended to be a lawyer, just in the process, changed the mind, just went into to do medicine. Does it mean that they were not in a position to make the right goals? Or is it that they lacked someone to give direction?
Yeah, basically that is
and
it.
This results to so many being stressed. Some are even into depression because maybe they took the wrong thing, the wrong path to a direction of life.
And that's very true. I can tell you about more than 80% of people are wandering in the jungle and they are lost. They are not in the right track.
Wow.
They are running a race, but they have already veered off. They are outside what we call the radar. Imagine an airplane in the sky and it has lost a radar. It can never be traced. It has lost the bearing. How does it? So the possibility of it crashing is high. And this is a case whereby you find that, as you're saying, even people in a career, they will pick up a career. They will go through the whole strain of the career, many examinations, long hours of study. At the end of the day, they find that they have abandoned that which they learned in school to go and pick something different, because they feel that their heart and the knowledge, the mind and the heart are in different areas.
They never connect.
And therefore, and sometimes also based on people, sometimes they pick up things based on a very small or a minute experience in life. Somebody has just told you that this is a good thing and therefore you pick it up without having a deeper understanding of what it is, the strain you have to go, and having not looked at your past and where you are. Because there must be some harmony between what you have done, where you are, and where you want to go. You cannot just shift one day. And therefore, I would say, setting personal goals, therefore, is a thought process. Sometimes we need the guidance. If you're young people, like those who are in school, they need the guidance. Sometimes of the teachers, sometimes of the parents, sometimes of people who matter, mentors. This is where they need to come in and mentor them up so that they are able to make their own personal goals when they are young, and therefore they stick to them, and therefore they're able to live their full purpose of life.
Now, you as a mentor, and I believe you have so many cases on personal goals. But sometimes you hear someone tells you that I was mentored by so-and-so, but in case he took advantage, quote to quote, because I really had this idea, but he diverted, all to find the same idea I had. He took over and he started whatever I shared. And here we are telling viewers that we need to have mentors. Now, when it comes to mentorship, what exactly am I looking for from my mentor?
Yeah, I want to tell you, RK, that I agree that mentors are not many. There are many in the streets calling them mentors, but there are very few in the practical sense. And I'll give you an example when I was in school. I remember even when it came to the selection of the choices for us to take to the university, the teachers would always discourage us along many other courses. And mostly they would tell us to pick like teaching, because that is what they knew.
Exactly.
And therefore anything else that was like away from what they knew, they were discarding it. And therefore later I came to learn that they may not have been able to stand a very good chance to have a broad spectrum of everything so that they can be able to guide relevantly. And sometimes what do? We leave these ones to them. So even in school, what would happen is that let the school organize for during the career talks day, let them bring many professionals from diverse areas, because sometimes we tend to pick up that which we have already learned from the people that we have seen. That's why people find that your role model, the same journey they have taken is the same journey you want to take. And let me tell you, there is nobody who is a duplicate of another. Even your mentor, as much as we say that you mentor somebody along the path that you have taken, you can only guide the mistakes that they can be able to make, the pitfalls that they can be able to get into. But remember that everyone is unique, and therefore I cannot duplicate your steps. And therefore a good coach is therefore the one who challenges the inner person to be able to bring them out is the one who squeezes you. If I'm looking at you, RK, and I want to mentor you and coach you,
Yes.
is that I should be able to know how to squeeze you to bring out that which is you. But I should not be able to put my words into you. I cannot put my goals in you. But I should be able to, because you have them. Those inner passion, those inner desires, then that is where your goals really lie.
It is quite unfortunate that so many cases nowadays, especially into business platform, so many people are doing different things from what they intended to do. Maybe there was not enough capital to start what I was intending to do. What about that?
Again, I would say it's not a matter of whether you have capital or no capital. What I told you and I said to our viewers today is that so long as you know the bigger picture, then every bigger picture is made up of small ingredients that builds up together.
The baby steps.
So the thing is, it may take you longer to achieve than somebody else, but definitely you have to achieve. There's somebody who can say, I want to put up my own house in 1 year. Another one will say, I want to have my own house in 10 years. It's the same thing. The thing is, the one who has money may be able to quicken that and achieve it quickly. But the one that does not have enough money, but still has the same goal, will be able to do it within maybe a longer span of time. And therefore, it's not about the money that you have, but is it that whatever you have decided to do, you are doing it. And I've said, it's like somebody climbing a ladder. The staircase may differ. Let those who are taking the lift, take the lift. But if yours is to take the stairs, take the stairs. By the end of the day, you shall be at the rooftop, like maybe later than somebody who took up the lift, but definitely you'll be there. So I want to encourage our viewers and those who are watching and those who are determined to change the course of their life for the better, that they have to be able to clearly set personal goals and let those personal goals become like a glue. They have to stick to them without changing, without excuse, without procrastination, keeping it for another day. They have to stick to the plan. The plan is theirs. The plan is theirs to execute.
The word is sticking to the plan. It doesn't matter the speed. It doesn't matter how many people have gone far, they are ahead of you. The keyword is that I will one day attain my goal. Bishop Gigi, what is your parting shot?
So finally, I just want to say that let everybody be challenged today. It doesn't matter how many times you have set goals and failed. But today, you can have a chance to rewrite it again. You need always to remember that my goal has to be specific, has to be measurable, has to be attainable, relevant, and has to have a time. Then look for somebody who is going to hold you to account. Write your goal. And I want to say that that's what we also do at Signature Marvel. That is a company that I work for. We do coaching, mentorship, found in Juja. And anybody who would require us to maybe help in one way or the other, they can reach us through our number 0700 659488, and then we can be able to help and assist to be able to do this. But it is important for everyone to have personal goals.
Thank you so much, Bishop, and thank you for your accepting my invitation. Until next time, still remain in Walk With Me. I am your host, RK Favored.
Walk with me.